Greetings, Algo artisans. We're taking a look at Bitcoin now. Just going to jump right into the charts. I'm not in that trade that you see on the screen. That was just a possible trade that we talked about in the Algo Factory private yesterday, and it has not yet happened. But I am looking at still this possibility. This is a possible breakout to the upside. So just a little bit of data right there. The reason I think this is going to happen is because things, at least yesterday, looked strong algorithmically. And as they did, this price is consolidating below resistance, right? So, I did have a long similar to this, and it was a very small, kind of like a high risk scenario. And I actually got stopped out of that. And I think I put that on like on Sunday or something. It was just one of these super high risk reward trades that I do. And you'll lose 5, but it pays off like 15 to 1 is, those kind of things. At any rate, though, that is a pretty decent look as long as price breaks above 65. And that's one of my measures on Bitcoin. Whether or not I'm bullish on Bitcoin is going to have a lot to do with where, I know I'm saying the obvious here. It's always this way, but based on where it is on the chart that you see right now. So let me look real quick here. I'm going to take a look at the liquidity. We have some news coming out, right? And it comes out, I believe, at 10 EST. I'll have to verify that. So I wouldn't be excited to be trading until that comes out. I think it's, let's see what it is. Where we got here. Okay, so Tuesday, 10 EST, consumer confidence. Until that comes out, I wouldn't be at least day trading. And there probably won't be much volatility until that time. But then you have pretty much a whole day and a half or 2 days of good trading up until Thursday. We have 6:30 a.m. The GDP data comes out, and that's quarter over quarter. So that is some pretty decent sized news on Thursday. But once 10 a.m. EST today crosses on the clock, then it'll be some pretty good trading for the rest of the day and for through tomorrow, provided that we do have some volatility. So just kind of a look ahead on that. And let me see what's going on. Liquidity. Looks like liquidity is mostly right below price here. We're over here on the Kingfisher.io, and it seems that your strongest bit of liquidity is going to be sitting at about 62,000. We have some smatterings here around, like, say, 60,000, and just a little bit around 58,000, 58.5, like say 57.5 to 58.5. So let me go ahead. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like on the chart right here. What was there, yesterday. I'll delete these, and I will add one of these right here. 57.5 to 58.5. So pretty much right where these blocks already are. That's where you're going to see liquidity. So if there is a downturn in price, then it would head to this level. However, right now the algos are fairly bullish. We're starting to see it cool off a little bit on the daily, but the weekly algos were pretty strong last I looked. Yeah, we're looking at the possibility of, there might be a pullback. That's certainly the case. But even if there is a pullback to 60,000 just to grab some liquidity, then we're looking at a strong possibility of that being the beginning of the move up. And it might not even go that low. It might actually just barely touch any of this right here. I think the strongest bit of liquidity, at least on this exchange here, which is Binance, is going to be at 62,000. So your most likely place for price to dip down to would actually be way up here. So let me fix this block. Let me fix that. We have from 60 to 62. Do this here. And there's a good chance price, even if there is liquidity down here, there's a good chance the price will not go that low. Let me add some data here. Let me use the fixed range. We'll add a little bit of data on here to see if we can determine where price is most likely to go on a pullback. And again, we might not see a pullback. It simply might not happen. There is that possibility. So here, according to the liquidity based on price and volume, about 60,000 is the most likely area for price to go, but it might not want to go below 61,000. So there's this, if you look at the fixed range, and I've taught this ad nauseum to everybody at Algo Factory, where the price comes out is where price will be attracted to. It's already there now. And then you have a bit here at 62, which matches the Kingfisher's liquidity, right? That strong needle up at 62. So that's a match right there. Decent probability a pullback will go down to 62. And then you have a gap right here between 61.3 and 61.8. And price is not going to want to go past there, although it may very well. If it does, there's liquidity all throughout this area, and the most likely place is going to be about 60,000, and there's liquidity there as well. So we're looking at pullbacks if they happen, and they may not. They may just do as this chart indicates right now, but you might also see it pull down to here and then pop up, or it might even pull down to here and then pop up, right? And that's the most likely path. But anything can happen. Liquidity charts, liquidity maps, those can change. You know, that's all based on people having the trades on. So that's our look at Bitcoin today. Let me look at the comments. No requests yet for charts. So let me just continue. I'm going to blow the screen up just a little bit so you all can see the numbers here. So also, we'll take a quick look at the equity indexes. We'll take a look at the SP 500. So we can just kind of take a quick look at the stock market. Yeah, this looks like it wants to blow upwards in a good, not blow up in a bad way, but I know blow up sounds cool to most people, but in equities and in trading, blowing up is bad. So let's take a look at what's going to happen based on price action here. Now, this is the daily chart, right? And this looks rather bullish. Now, we are looking at all-time highs, and price is continuing to bump its head on those all-time highs. We've never seen prices this high before. Going back this last week or so, the all-time high was met on last Wednesday, and then, it keeps spiking up and pushing up on that. In fact, we're seeing a bullish pattern on a lower time frame. If I were to go to the 3 hour, we would see it. Even though, you can see it on the daily too. It's fairly obvious. But what we're looking at is higher lows and then the same kind of highs, right? It's not that clean of a pattern, but this is one of the few patterns that I will trade, especially in a higher time frame. But price continues to bump its head more or less at about 5,800, 5,780, right? It's not precise, but that's usually how things go. And then you're seeing very clearly, let's delete that. Oh boy, hold on a second. I put a text box on here. All right, so what you're seeing very clearly over the past, say, 24 hours is price. Actually, this is the past 2-3 days making higher lows, right? So you see these higher lows. That's an indication that price is going to pop up, and you're looking at higher low, higher low, higher low, and the price continuing to knock its head on that same price. So if I were to measure that, probably would use this Fibonacci tool. There's a few ways to do that, but I would say your next stop is going to be at about, it might stop off at 58.30 or it might stop off at 58.70 either way. Valley Girl wants to know, where is the USD at? Well, you know what, Valley, we're going to talk about that over in the private live lab because we have reached the end of the public live lab. So I will answer your question in there right now. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us today here on the public live lab. We do this every weekday, so come on over and join us and come to Algo Factory. We help people become traders. Even if you're not a trader, we can help you become one. We help you build your own custom trading method. And some people actually are able to have that method coded, meaning that you can put it into your computer and it will trade for you and you walk away. And that is something that we do have a number of people already doing, although most people seem to be content with trading their method manually. And that's also fine too. Either way, come on over, join us. This is a great way to create an alternative, what do you call it? Income. Gosh, I can't even think. Like a side hustle, that type of thing. And your ability to be successful is generally going to be contingent on your work ethic. That's what it is. It's not rocket science. We just show you how to do it. So algofactory.tech. See here, trade. Sorry about that. I'm totally blowing it here on the exit here. Yeah, booyah, says SG. Perfect. Yeah. So, sorry, I was having a little system issue here. I didn't even know if I had open audio with you guys. But what I was about to say was algofactory.tech. Trade your job, upgrade your life. Do not forget.
Join us or die.